The Monroe County Stormwater Management Board, and it is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. And the first item is for public input on items not on the agenda. On Teams can raise their hand. Podium. And seeing no one as usual. Let's move on to approval of the minutes for January 8th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
I'm going to go ahead and move approval of minutes for January 8th, 2025.
I'll second that.
Great. Any corrections? Anything?
I guess I'll just know I did watch the meeting, so I will vote.
Okay.
It says I'm absent, but I just wanted to kind of make that comment.
That's fine. Okay.
Aye.
Motion carries. And the next item of business is the stormwater expenditure.
Yes. Now, just to let you know, we're probably going to be 2 months behind. Since we changed to the first week, I can't get the report completely done by the time you meet. But if I can get caught up at some time, then I will do that. So, okay, so a big expense was for Stip Road, and that was almost $9,000, $8866.55. And then pipes, we spent over $10,000 on pipes. And then the big one was the grade all, $523,000. And the income for January was $1,597.
Questions? All in favor? Oh, no, I think
No
I
vote.
need a moment.
No vote.
Oh, yes, okay.
Even better.
Sorry, yes. It'd help if I have my agenda in front of me. Then we'll move on to our first item of business, which is the MS4 delegation for signatory authority.
Yes, so there's a form that you all need to sign designating me as your signatory authority so that I can submit our annual report to IDEM. I think you've done this in the past for Kelsey, so it's just now a formality now that there's a new person in the position.
Yeah, it's not an annual thing, it's just a new person thing.
Yes.
Okay, got it. That's what I thought. Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and move to approve the MS4 delegation for signatory authority.
I will second that.
Any questions, discussion?
I guess I just have a quick question, and I'm completely fine with this. This is just, we're voting on it, but the authority is actually just signed off by the Board of Commissioners, right? So this is just kind of a, okay, just wanted to make sure.
Well, this is listed as, I'm not sure about the Board of Commissioners for approving this. It's the Stormwater Board, so.
Yes. I guess I looked back at previous Stormwater Management Board minutes, and this was discussed at the previous Stormwater Management Board meetings. If we need to take it to a commissioners meeting, then we can do that.
Well, then the signature lines have to be changed. You need to add.
Add Tron? Okay, I can, if it stays as Stormwater Management Board, I'll add Tron.
I think Water Management Board as the signatories, because 3 commissioners are on the board.
Okay. I will add Tron and then get your signatures. So that's the only change to the current file here. Okay.
Sounds good to me. I just wanted to make sure, because if it's
Yeah.
the stormwater, we're the controllers and
Yeah,
delegating that authority.
it should be the board that does
Okay,
this, I think.
so-
So if legal has an issue with that, they can contact us and we can do it again.
Okay, is there any public comment on this item? authorizing, of delegating signatory authority to the MS4 coordinator.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And staff report?
Podium, or you want to do it from the table?
Would you like to be here or at the podium? It's up to you.
I'd like to be where you're sitting at.
Okay, I'm just getting the screen shared correctly for you.
Oh, God, so cold.
Yes.
So cold.
Thank you. My name is Adam Rickert. I'm the stormwater specialist, and I'm going to provide the 2024 annual report highlights. As part of the municipal separate storm sewer system, or MS4 general permit requirements, we complete and submit an annual report to the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. The map on the screen shows the 28 HUC 12 watersheds within Monroe County. HUC stands for Hydraulic Unit Code. And so our stormwater infrastructure inspections and operations occur within every HUC 12 watershed within Monroe County. Here we have the 6 minimum control measures, which figuratively speaking comprise the meat and potatoes of the general permit. The origins of the stormwater permitting for municipalities and communities meeting and exceeding population thresholds began with the amendments to the Clean Water Act in 1987. Leading up to 1987, EPA and water pollution control agencies had completed urban runoff pollution studies to determine the degree of water quality impairments to receiving waterways. MS4 communities maintained individual permits prior to 2021, and MCMs were part of those individual permits, so they're not really anything new. Specified in the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, NPDES general permit, implemented by IDEM in December of 2021, Monroe County manages its operations to meet and exceed minimum control measures within the permit. MCMs within the general permit displayed on the screen apply to any MS4 within Indiana. I skipped, sorry about that. Okay. So public education outreach and public participation, MCMs 1 and 2. During 2024, Monroe County Stormwater Program offered in-person and virtual stormwater education throughout the year. Essentially, the stormwater program met with 2 different groups of people comprised of all ages and diverse backgrounds. The first group can generally be described as people that were interested in meeting on site, such as the streamside Hoosier River Watch macroinvertebrate demonstration and cleanup of Jack's Defeat Creek. And then the second group was largely comprised of people that manage stormwater infrastructure. So for example, we had the HOA workshop. We invited HOA board members, real estate professionals, and others responsible for property management to consider long-term aspects of managing stormwater infrastructure within residential subdivisions and how their private infrastructure relates to stormwater infrastructure maintained by the Monroe County Highway Department Stormwater Program. So now we have the illicit discharge detection and elimination, MCM3. I work with Irina in the Monroe County Surveyor's Office to develop the illicit discharge reporting survey through ArcGIS Survey 123 form. We previously relied on a externally developed survey software. So now we have a in-house means of receiving illicit discharge notifications. Through the ArcGIS survey form allows the public to report illicit discharges through a map feature, and then through the user dashboard, the GIS layer is immediately available to stormwater program staff. Any questions about this? Okay. And then along with MCM3, we completed 88 outfall inspections during 2024. No illicit discharges were detected during screening. And then as of June 5th, 2024, the former Chapter 767 is now part of the Stormwater Management Ordinance, Chapter 761. And then with outfall inspections, we completed a full year of water quality monitoring during 2024, and Kaylin provided a presentation, I believe in November. This provides the actual sites that we do monitoring at. So this provides important information on the level of pollutants being discharged to our stormwater infrastructure and other drainage areas. And all of this information is online, available through the Hoosier River Watch website. So anybody can look at our information and see the work that we've done. Construction site stormwater runoff control, MCM4. As I mentioned, this was updated with the Stormwater Management Ordinance in June of 2024. Following the implementation of Chapter 761, 56 stormwater grading and 14 logging permits were issued. So this has given the stormwater program direct control over stormwater grading permits so that we can ensure that the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan, or the SWIP, those components are being met. Post-construction stormwater runoff control, MCM5. Private stormwater BMPs, whether they are detention ponds, basins, retention ponds, vegetated swales, or rain gardens, are basically stormwater treatment facilities providing important first flush water quality treatment and water quantity control benefits. So first flush refers to the initial time period of when stormwater discharges out of stormwater infrastructure following a rain or precipitation event. In addition, 20 MS4 owned operated BMPs were inspected. And in addition to, similar to many things in life, stormwater infrastructure BMPs require maintenance to function at an optimal level. Stormwater infrastructure BMPs are designed to have a controlled water release rate to reduce flooding risks and reduce erosion in receiving waterways. So 41% of our stormwater infrastructure BMPs are within areas drained by limited natural features, karst topography, in which flooding problems exist, also known as critical watersheds. Okay, and then finally, municipal operations, pollution prevention, and good housekeeping, MCM6. These are the activities that are completed under MCM6. So for 2024, we had new highway and Karst Farm Park maintenance staff are now trained in our stormwater permit through a small number class, like two people or less, in-person classes, as opposed to watching a spill training video through a third-party service. So we changed the training so that we had better opportunity for the attendees to ask questions and learn from that. So that's all I have. Thank you for your opportunity to present on the annual report.
Thank you, Mr. Rickert. That was quite interesting.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I just have a comment. This is really important work, and we have a bill in the legislature right now that would basically mandate that every local jurisdiction turn their authority over to the state, so to be monitored by IDEM standards and enforced according to IDEM standards. And this is exactly, about hundreds of good reasons why that is a bad idea, because we need local solutions implemented locally. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Are these numbers comparable to previous years of work? Of the numbers?
Like the number of active sites or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it varies too much. You will see an increase when we do our 2025 report. Now that we are issuing our own stormwater permit, there are a lot more sites that we are tracking and inspecting. So those numbers will increase, but overall, our numbers are relatively steady.
Thank you.
Actually, that is a great way to kind of compare what's going on from year to year. I'm not sure if you built that out into any of this, but I think if you talk with John Baton, our GIS coordinator, or Irina, our GIS technician, about versioning, that could create that type of report where if Commissioner Thomas wanted to see it, just kind of click one button and there it is. And imagine how cool that would be over like 10 years. One other thing, and also get the chance to thank Commissioner Jones. In the Drainage Board, they put a letter together to address House Bill 1037. And I'll wait for you guys to come to us to give us updates on that. And but yeah, it seems to be moving forward. It seems to have support, so it'll be quite interesting of how we have to kind of think outside of the box to still have some of these environmental protections in place and deal with some of the stormwater. Or there's other unique ways we can look at it.
Yeah, I am very pleased by the way this letter has turned out. It technical without being overwhelming and really gets the message across, I think. So worked on it. And I would also like to mention that I was very pleased to see the workshop for source of problems in the past, and hope.
Yeah, we're hoping to continue those and hold them periodically so that folks who missed it the first time around can catch up and have other opportunities to meet with us and discuss their own site-specific.
Other staff reports?
That has a hand raised.
Hello, it's Lisa. So I wanted to give guys an update on the Fieldstone Dam. So we have kind of taken that on to try and get the software finally working out there. We've had Skidata out there, which is the company that helped put in the software program. This week we had a solar panel from MPI solar panel that you guys hire for your other projects. So we actually have the system, I believe, running. Erica is able to open and close the gates from the computer now in the building instead of having to physically send somebody out there to do it before every storm. So it's our goal to, we've replaced the modems in there. So if you see some invoices come through for Fieldstone Dam, it was to get all of the components working. There's a couple still outlying issues with maybe one of the LED lights on the front, getting that repaired. We need the solar panel turned because it's facing the wrong direction. And then trying to figure out if maybe the avenue is just to run it on power. There is power to the flood station that's out on Cavewood Court. So we're maybe look into that to see if that's a better way to go and not depend on the solar power. We've purchased the battery backups, had those reinstalled. So it's just been one of those little things in the back of my mind that I really wanted to get working. I think we're on the right path, and Erica's worked with Skidata on learning how to set the settings in the program and what stage we want the gates to shut or open, depending on the rainfall. And we can put the apps on our phone to see where the water level is at and then prepare in advance for opening and shutting those gates, what I feel was intended for that whole system to do. So thank Erica for her time on this and everybody that's been involved. So yeah, we're moving forward on that. So I just want to give you an update on that very long project.
That's great. I remember hearing about this previously, and it's nice to hear that something is moving in a positive direction.
Thank you. We hope so. On the Stip Road project, we received the Duke easement from the Army Corps. Working on that, they missed an exhibit in it, so we're trying to get that added in, but working well with them, and we really plan to start that project. Of course, it was awarded to EMB in the fall, so their intentions was to start that project April 1st or around that timeline. We're replacing culverts at this time before they start their work. We have bids out for the paving of the remainder of Stip Road as soon as the stormwater project is complete, and that'll include the paving within the project. So at that point, in 3 to 4 months, we would have Stip Road completely done, Morse Creek Road done, and both of those roads completely paved.
That is truly exciting. I think I've been hearing about those roads ever since I first got elected. So it's nice.
I agree.
It's nice to hear it's being finished up.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Our next, April 2nd, 2025. And we're adjourned.